In Iraq, during my deployment while I was in the US Army, I remember my very first mortar attack. So I started hearing explosions about 2 to 300 meters out, and I was clueless what to do or where to go. Now, I find it kind of odd that they never gave me a brief or a rundown on what to do in case of a mortar attack because the place that I was deployed at, Fob Cache South, was a hotspot for mortar attacks because of the frequent sandstorms. 99% of the time, if there was a sandstorm, there was a mortar attack. The reason for this is that normally a camera on a blimp that's high in the sky would scout the neighboring towns, but when there's a sandstorm, there will be no visibility. So it would be impossible for us to send a response team because we couldn't pinpoint where the attacks were coming from. So now I'm just running, looking for anybody, and I finally spot a couple of soldiers running towards the same direction. So I follow them into a bunker. Now, it's not really a bunker. We call it that, but it's more of a long tunnel that's made out of a processed stone. So when I get inside, a sergeant starts to take the head count. Now, I found it funny that he was taking a head count because we're not even stating our names, and it wouldn't even be possible to know what the correct head count is supposed to be because there's so many different units and bunkers spread out throughout the base. I noticed that this bunker was only about 6 inches thick, and when I heard the explosions getting closer and closer, I started to get concerned. So as soon as the sergeant was done with his head count, I asked him, "Sergeant, what happens if the mortar hits this bunker?" And he replies to me, "Then we're all dead." So then I replied, "Then why the are we in here?" Which then he replies, "For accountability." So then I replied, "What is the point of accountability if we're all dead?" And everyone starts laughing. And the sergeant smiles at me and he says to me, "Welcome to the army."